The latest 1.5 update has brought some new dungeons. First, there is a brand new volcano mine that has tons of very erratic enemies with huge chunks of health. There are also brand new repeatable quests that increase the difficulty of the regular mines and the Skull Cavern. Enemies are tankier, move faster, and hit way harder. Thankfully, the 1.5 update has also included mechanisms that we can use to greatly increase our damage. And in this video, I'll be showing you how you can change your regular old galaxy sword into a monster killing machine. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any cool builds, drop them in the comments. There are really so many possibilities with the forge. Alrighty, let's get started. Of course, you can do this with any weapon, but for the most possible damage, you'll first need to get a galaxy sword. Then you need to buy 3 galaxy souls at Mr. Q's store. Each will cost you 40 key gems for a grand total of 120 key gems. This is pretty expensive, and you will have to do quite a few key special order requests, but it will be worth it, trust me. Then you will need to go to the volcano and make it to floor 10. You only need to get from floor 1 to 10 once, and then you can open the door for a huge shortcut. On floor 10, you'll get access to the forge, and this is where all the magic happens. The first upgrade we will be doing is transforming the regular galaxy sword into an infinity sword. To do this, you'll need to combine 3 galaxy souls with your galaxy sword. Each upgrade will cost you 20 cinder shards, so make sure to bring enough. You can view the progress of the upgrade by hovering over your galaxy sword. Only the third and last upgrade will actually do something. After using all 3 of your galaxy souls, you will now have an infinity blade. You can see that the infinity blade has a higher base damage, and it also adds a +2 defense stat on the sword as well. You also have the option of making an infinity gravel if you use 3 galaxy souls on a galaxy hammer, and also an infinity dagger if you so choose. I just prefer this sword because it's faster and has slightly more range. The infinity gravel does do more damage, and a dagger has a higher crit chance. You choose whichever you prefer. I'm sure that all options should work pretty well. You should already be doing quite a bit more damage. But come on, we can take this much further. With the power of the forge, you can further enhance your weapon damage using precious jewels. You can enhance a weapon up to 3 times, and each precious jewel will have a different effect on your weapon. If you use the aquamarine, it will increase the crit chance by 4.6% per level and up to 3 levels. A jade will increase the crit damage by 10% per level, and a ruby will increase the base damage by 10% per level, and an emerald will increase your weapon's speed. In this build, I want to have a very high consistent DPS, so I'll be going with 3 rubies to increase the total damage by a whopping 30%. It's important to note that you can mix and match your enchantments with different jewels if you want. Just know you will be limited with 3 upgrades. There's still one more upgrade that we can apply to our new infinity blade. To add an enchantment, you will have to use a prismatic shard, and unfortunately, the forge will assign a random enchantment to your weapon. Here are some of the enchantments that are pretty good. First, the bug killer. This enchantment will double your damage to all bugs, including spiders, and will allow you to kill armored bugs that otherwise would not die, like the ones in the Skull Cavern. There is also the Crusader enchantment that increases your damage by 50% to mummies, ghosts, skeletons, and void spirits. This is the one I'm going for because there are quite a few void spirits in the new mines, and this one can be generally used quite often. The last enchantment that I consider pretty good is the vampiric enchantment. This one will give you a 9% chance that every monster you defeat will heal you by 9% of their total health. The vampiric enchantment will help you out greatly in a new Skull Cavern quest that prevents you from healing. If you don't have many prismatic shards and you don't get the enchantment you want on your first try, don't feel bad for quitting the game without saving to try again. I got the one I wanted on my first try, so I was pretty lucky. So now that our weapon is the perfect monster slaying machine, let's talk about rings. The forge also allows you to combine 2 rings together to make a new stronger ring. There are some limitations though. If the 2 rings you want to combine have the same stat bonus or buff, the combined ring won't have both, so unfortunately you cannot combine 2 of the same rings. You also cannot combine a ring that has already been combined with another, so only 1 combination per ring. So for my build here, I decided to combine the iridium band with the jade ring because I wanted to see some big crits. But I would probably recommend combining a iridium band with an aquamarine for crit chance instead. What are your favorite ring combinations? Please let me know in the comments below. Now that we have a buffed weapon and some good rings, before we go give this build a test, let's talk about food. Just for fun, I wanted to bring some food that buffs your attack. So I made a roots platter with Q's special seasoning for a +4 bonus to attack. This is probably not needed, but it is fun to see some big numbers. Alrighty, let's give this build a test. We will start in the skull cavern with some slimes. There are always plenty of slimes, so this needs to be able to take slimes out easily. And as you can see here, I seem to take out slimes in 2 hits. I wonder if there's a build that can do more damage and take them out in 1 hit. I seem to be doing an average of 172 damage per hit, which is not bad at all. There aren't any enchants that specifically increase your damage against slimes. If slimes really do annoy you, you can always combine a iridium band with a slime charm ring. That way, slimes won't even hit you at all. The combining of rings feature is really good. I cannot wait to see how creative people can get with this. Okay, let's test this out on some ghosts and mummies. Because of the Crusader enchantment, you should be doing 50% more damage. You can see that I one-shot most of the mummies, which is impressive. The enchant also allows you to kill the mummies with your weapon. Usually they would go down and revive after some time. Okay, let's do a side-by-side view. On the left, we have some gameplay of me on floor 100 in the upgraded mines with only a regular galaxy sword. And on the right, I'm on floor 100 but with a new upgraded weapon and combined rings. I went from doing an average of 80 damage per swing to doing 200 damage to slimes and 300 damage to voice spirits. The comparison is night and day, and I think fully upgrading everything is critical if you want to take on the new Skull Cavern quests. Okay, let's quickly chat about professions. In making this video, I tested the fighter route that gives you a total of 25% increase to base damage. And I also tested out the scout route that increases your crit chance and increases your overall crit damage by quite a lot. I think that for consistency, the fighter route is slightly better. The crit chance is just really low and the enemies don't have that much health, so they usually die before you get to crit. I think if this game had some cool boss fights with tons of health, the scout route may have been better. Naturally, there might be a build that better caters for crit chance and damage, and if you know of one, please let me know in the comments. I am currently working on a full lifesteal build for the Skull Cavern, and we'd love to try out your new builds as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now this video was really fun to make. I initially did Danger in the Deep quest without any upgrades and it was pretty tough. Coming back into the mines with all the upgrades made it just feel so much better. If you liked this video, consider hitting subscribe. As always, I will see you in the next video.